Reviewing your director's notes, the checklist. Here we're going to identify what needs adjustment before we edit. Now, remember in our first session of this module, we covered the director's notes and how to navigate it at a high level. We're going to discuss in all the remaining sessions of this module exactly how you can edit your director's notes to refine the vision of your film to be exactly what you want. But before we talk about how to edit it, we need to know what we're trying to do. You're going to be able to review your director's notes and see what is currently present. What do your characters look like? What do your locations look like? What do they sound like? And then you want to think, what do I want them to be? So in this session, we're going to go through a checklist. So as you're reviewing these things, you know exactly the changes you want to make. So first, we're going to think about character review. Are all key characters from your story included? The movie machine automatically detects the characters in your story and creates what they look like and sound. But if someone's missing, you'll add them in a later session. Are any characters duplicated? This happens when a character has multiple names or descriptions in the story. If yes, you will merge them, and I'll show you how to merge them. These are the questions to ask yourself. At a high level, is every character here needed? Okay, great. If there's a character missing, let's add them. Are any characters duplicated? If so, let's merge them. We're going to do the same thing for settings and objects, but one question we want to ask ourselves is interiors versus exteriors. Maybe there's a castle and there's a setting that's just the castle, right? And it's this big ballroom. But maybe you also want to have the drawbridge on the outside. That would typically be a different setting because you're going to move that camera. This is how I like to think about it. Every time you move that camera, you want a new setting for that new location. If you're going to move that camera to a totally new place. So you might have one place, let's say a castle, with many different settings, because you could also have the king and queen's bedroom. You could have the dining room, the grand hall, and these could all be different settings. So the movie machine is going to automatically break these up for you, but you want to see, did it do it correctly? Does it have the same vision you have? Or maybe you evolve your vision from your script or your story after you see it all and go, you know what, I think I want to add this setting. You can also merge settings too. That's very helpful. And for objects and props, similar things here. Are important objects missing? Are there any duplicates? So again, this is the high level. Do we have all of the ingredients here? If we have the objects, settings, and characters we want, then that's great. But now we need to understand, do they look and sound how we want them to be? So this is what we call the visual accuracy check. For character settings and objects, ask yourself, do the images match your vision? If not, you're going to edit the image, upload a reference image, or regenerate entirely. We're going to go through exactly how to do this, but ultimately what you want to do is note down now, yeah, this character, I want to change this about. This character, I want to change this about. Or this setting, I want to look like this. You can also upload your own images for characters or settings as well, which is also really helpful. Physical descriptions. This is really key. So for each character setting and object, you're going to have a physical description right next to it. I'll show you exactly what that looks like in the next session. But the key here is that the physical description must match the image. The good news is that Creatorwood, as you edit the image, automatically updates that physical description. We pass both the physical description and the image into the AI video models to ensure consistency and accuracy to your vision. So it's important that they both match, because if there's any discrepancies in those, the AI models are going to get confused and not be as consistent. But if you have both matched up, it's going to be really good. So I always recommend you read the physical description just to ensure, yeah, this is how I would describe what this image looks like. And it should be doing it automatically, which is great. But another really important thing is that you want to include specific details that you want consistent. So for instance, let's say there's an image here that has a scar of the character, right? And it says, okay, there's a scar on their face and their cheek. That's the physical description. That's a great physical description, except it's not specific enough. Because if you want that scar to always be on the right eye, then you want to say, I always want the scar to be under the right eye of the character, so that it's not switching sides. So sometimes it's really important to include anatomical references, especially for characters, so that different variations or unique things about them can stay the same. So even mentioning the word anatomical, right? So that the AI knows exactly what you're referring to. Like you're referring to the body and different parts of the body and different sides of the body anatomically can be really good. So these are some things that if you run into issues, you're like, like this isn't the consistency I want. Check that physical description. There might be a nuance there that you're missing. Next is the voice check. So you want to listen to each character's sample voice and go, does this sound like the character? Is the tone, age, and personality right? If not, note it. We will adjust the voices later. Next up is versions. This is so exciting. So you have each of your characters and you have each of your settings and objects, but there's different versions of each, meaning you might want to have characters wearing different outfits in different scenes. So think about what outfits you want them to wear. Eventually, we're going to have the movie machine automatically generate versions for you so that different wardrobes we think would look good for your characters in different scenes are already there. That'll help you save a lot of time. For now, though, you're going to want to create these versions manually. And by the time you're watching this, very much we might be creating it automatically for you anyways. But regardless, when you're actually in it and seeing these versions, you'll click over, you can go original and version. And the version is based off the original, but it's just a variation of it. So maybe instead of wearing a blue shirt, like I am now, I'm wearing a suit jacket. Or maybe I'm wearing beach clothes if I'm going to the beach. And the same is true for settings, right? Maybe a setting's set at the holidays, or maybe a setting's set during normal times when there's not decorations up. So note versions you may need later for your storyboard, and I'll show you exactly how to create these soon. Now here's the ready to move on checklist. And this is where I'm hoping for you to get to by the end of this module. All characters, settings, and objects are present. No duplicates remain. Images and descriptions match your visions. Voices are correct, and you know which versions you need, and you've made them. Your homework for this session is, again, to list the changes you want to make when you're looking at your director's notes. And now, in our next session, we're going to start to dive into how you can actually make these changes.